The UH-1 helicopter, commonly called the Huey, has the primary mission of tactical transport. This utility helicopter can carry troops and cargo internally. The UH-1 can also be configured to support air ambulance and rescue missions. In addition to the H model, the V model with its special equipment is used in air ambulance rescue units. All the important controls and switches are the same on both aircraft. The UH-1 is powered by one turbine engine, which is mounted just behind the cabin doors. In most cases, you will find two pilots, but the aircraft can be operated by one. The cabin can accommodate up to 11 troop seats. The maximum number of occupants is 13, including crew members. Normal access to the cabin area is through the cabin doors on each side. To open, turn the handle down and slide the door back. In the medical configuration, the UH-1V model can be configured in a 3 to 6 litter arrangement. In the 3-litter configuration, 4 ambulatory passengers can be transported in addition to the standard crew of a medical attendant and a crew chief. Normal access to the pilot's compartment is through the cockpit doors. The pilot's seat belt is a 4-point single-release system. The common attachment buckle has a single-point release. Pulling the release lever will release all belts and the harness. The inertia reel release lever is mounted on the right side of each seat. The UH-1 has 5 interconnected fuel cells for a fuel capacity of 206 gallons of JP8 fuel. 2 optional internal auxiliary fuel tanks will carry 150 gallons each. These are the emergency egress procedures for the UH-1H and V helicopters. The cockpit doors have emergency release handles on the inside that release the doors from the hinges. If the doors are jammed, break the plexiglass to gain access to the jettison lever on the upper door frame. If the door cannot be opened normally, pull the jettison lever up. However, because it is not power assisted, the door may not fall free. Have a second rescuer pull it out and away from the aircraft. An emergency engine shutdown is done in 4 steps. The first step is to locate the engine throttle, which is mounted on the collective just to the left of either pilot seat. To reduce engine speed, rotate the throttle clockwise. To completely shut off the engine, the idle detent must be pushed. Note that only the right side collective has an idle detent button. Push the button in while continuing to rotate the throttle clockwise until the throttle is at the stop. The second step is to cut off the main fuel switch. Locate the spring-loaded switch with the guard in the center console. Pull it up and to the rear. The third step is to shut off electrical power. After rolling the throttle fully off and switching the main fuel switch off, shut off the battery switch located on the overhead console. If your bulky gloves make it hard to single out the battery switch, just pull all the switches in the overhead front row to the rear. The last step is to disconnect the battery located in the nose compartment. In some configurations, the battery is located in the compartment on the right side of the cabin, behind and below the engine compartment. In either case, disconnect the battery by rotating the quick disconnect counter clockwise. The flight controls of the UH-1 can be moved without hydraulic power. To extricate the pilot, first disconnect his helmet cord by pulling the sections of the connector apart. Do not remove the pilot's helmet unless absolutely necessary. Next, remove his seat belt by pulling the lever. Remove the belts and set them aside so they won't get in your way. Ensure that the pilot's feet are free from the tail rotor's pedals, rough edges, or metal that may have been torn during the crash. Once the pilot's feet are clear, he can be removed and taken to the staging area for medical attention. If backboards and extrication devices are needed, more working room can be gained by tilting back the pilot's seats. In order to tilt the pilot's seats, the crew chief seat must be removed. To do so, push the lock in and pull up on the ring. The back of either pilot seat will have 2 handles, one on each side. To tilt the seat, pull both handles down. The pilot can then be removed into the cargo area and taken to the staging area for medical treatment. The cabin door windows can also be jettisoned. To do so, pull the jettison lever up. The window will fall to the inside. This concludes the UH-1 orientation. Points in review are: total fuel capacity is 206 gallons. Cockpit doors can be jettisoned, but they are not power assisted. Cabin windows can be jettisoned. The flight controls can be moved without hydraulic pressure. Personnel on board can range from 1 to 13. Knowing how to handle all kinds of emergency situations for every type of aircraft takes many years of practice and training. While this continuous process takes place, crash rescue teams can review each of the scenarios presented in this series. Again, this video can in no way replace intense, hands-on training, but it is a good orientation.